Hello, it's your boy Daka Bodarka. So today we're going to be continuing the conversation from last time, talking about relationships, and we're going to be direct. I will be directing it to women about women, what I think women should do in relationships and when you want to start dating. I believe before you start dating as a woman, the first thing you have to actually think about is where am I in life? Like, are you at that level in life where you want to be married? Or are you in that level in life where you're not sure, but you want something serious? Are you in that level in life where you don't really care? Like whatever it is. So because this is very important because this also helps you filter the type of men you give access to you. It's very, very important. Because like if your goal is to be married, then you have to actually think about it like what kind of guy wants to be married. If your goal is to be in a relationship, you have to think about what kind of guy wants to be in a relationship and what kind of guy do you want. This is the most, I believe this is key to every sex. What do I want? First. That's the first thing you ask yourself. Then when you're done with that, when you're done now, I know what I want in a man and in a relationship. These things are not written in stone. But I believe it's always important to have an idea and a plan of what it will be. It can change, it can modify with time, but always start off with an idea of what you're looking for. So if to those who are just having fun, I don't think this applies to you. I actually believe spontaneousness is part of fun. When you're just sleeping around, or let me not use the word sleeping around, when you're just enjoying yourself and seeing what life has to offer, it doesn't matter. You can be as spontaneous and random as possible. But if you're actually looking for a relationship, you're actually looking to be married, you're looking for something serious, I believe the key thing you must do is communication. And you also have to know when to stop the games. Very important because there's something I realized like doing some reading. The institution of marriage is collapsing. A lot of marriages fall apart. And from what I've seen and what I've read and what I can understand, I believe that the main reason for this is that many people are prepared to date, prepared to date. They're educated on how to date, but they're not educated on how to stay in something very long term with an infinite timeline. They're not prepared for it. Because when you're dating and it's not serious, you can like lie over some kind of things, you can joke over some kind of things, and the truth of the matter is most relationships like 2 years, a year. So many lies do not become a problem, they don't grow. When you're married 10 years, a small lie can become a tree. It can become a very big tree. So you also have to try to avoid lying, try to communicate. Communication to me not only saves your relationship, but it enables growth. And when I say communication, I mean honest communication. Sure. Very, very important in a relationship. In the beginning of the relationship, because I understand that many ladies want to be coy. You don't want the bros to think you're easy. This is fine. This is fine. Because from my understanding of that, you do that to filter people, to know if the bros is serious. Is this guy actually seriously interested in you? Matching on what you want, so the level of interest can change from based on different people. Some people might be too interested, so you give them red card because that's not the level of interest you want. But the whole coy game, not saying what you want, all those little things to find out how interested he is. But once you are now sure this guy is really interested or this guy really likes me or something like that, I believe you should try now to be very honest and be yourself. I think the sooner a guy gets to meet you and accept you, not who you pretend to be, not who you talk to or who your friends think you are, but actually who you are, you in your most simplest form. I believe that would determine and define not just your relationship. If you guys get married, it also does that to that. It will determine whether it will be long term or if it will be short term or if it will last. Because many people are married to strangers, many people are dating strangers, and that's why I believe these institutions are falling apart. People are pretending to be one person at home, another person outside, and you don't know all of it. So it's a bit confusing sometimes. a bit confusing. And I believe like in the beginning of a relationship, it's very important to keep it low key. Do you know why? Because when it's low key, it gives it the chance for you guys to get strong. Keep it on the low till you guys are strong. Strong. If because it matters on the kind of person you are, though. Like I sometimes can be very shy. I sometimes can be very anxious. But like I'm speaking to women because many women can't air their opinion. Many women cannot be like, I want to sleep with you. A woman cannot be like, take me home. Let's go to my house. Like many people can't do that. So if it's not you can't do that, maybe you should keep it on the low. So that when you guys have your baseline, all these things are figured out, then you can now start telling people, then you can start asking for advice. But before that, I think it's very important for the relationship to be very quiet. This is my point of view. And I think it's safer for a woman because there are just so many people that you don't know who they what their intentions are. I really can't say what's going on. Like you really can't say because when other people start advising, some people might just want to it not to work bad belly. Some people might just be jealous. Some people might not even really understand the situation. But like our African brothers, we must put our own opinion in this matter. If we no talk, we no go happy. So you also have to think about that sometime. So in my point of view, try to keep it on the low. Especially if it's a guy you like, keep it as low as possible until you are something firm is there. The relationship has gotten its process. Everything has now certain things have come in order. Communication has reached a certain point. Meeting at a certain point, there's a certain level of understanding. Then you can now start looking outside and bring it out. But then after that, when you guys are now dating, or when you decide you like him, or when you find out he likes you, try to be yourself. And sometimes if you can be yourself from the beginning, it also will help. Because like, okay, let me say a story. One time, there was this girl I met. I liked her. Initially, I just, normal guy, we were just trying to, just thinking of having fun. So once I went to see her. So when I went to see her in her house, she was just in the parlor watching TV and stuff. So I was just chilling, trying to, have a conversation, get her to get close to me. But she was so into what she was watching. So would you believe why bros now I was talking, it was not working, so I just started, playing with my phone. She pulled her wig and slapped her head like 4 times. I was like, what's going on? But I kept calm. But when she did that, I now actually noticed that she was wearing like a very dead t-shirt. I was like, okay, interesting. But I'm like all shaved, all cleaned up and all of that. Like 10 minutes or 15 minutes into me being down, she ran past me with a pot. She ran past me with a plate. I don't know. I think another friend was in another room in the house. I'm not very sure. But she was carrying pots and plates left and right for like maybe 30 minutes. I was like, wow, what's going on? No. Then after that, I now realized she was also wearing some dead ass shorts. I was like, what's up with it? Then she made a phone call. She was just talking anyhow. But this was it. She was just being herself. She went into the kitchen. I don't know, something pissed her off. She just started shouting. She was just being herself. So, and this was so refreshing. As at that time, I had gone on so many dates and I had met so many people, and everyone was always trying to present something perfect, which they were not. But you won't believe. Yeah, maybe after like 2 hours or 3 hours of all this weird stuff she was doing, everything ended up calming down and she just chilled. We talked a bit and I left. When I was going home, I was actually a bit pissed in the beginning, like, she didn't even try to look good for me. She didn't even try to make up. She didn't try to this thing. But would you believe that before I go home, I couldn't stop laughing, man. It was really crazy. Like, I found it all funny now. When I thought about it, and I was like, man, I actually like this person as they are, like in their natural state. And I was not looking at myself and how hard I came, all the dressing and everything just to sit down in our house. It's not like we were going out. Like we started to sit down in our house. And I thought about it and I thought about it. Like, I actually like this. And before I knew it, it started becoming a yardstick for other girls. Could they be real? You understand? So sometimes maybe being yourself might actually get you someone that likes you as yourself. Do you understand? So, like, this is just an example. Like, an example I'm using to prove a point. But that's what I'm going for. That as much as you want to be dressed, best look, best makeup, strictly Mary Kay, also have some. There should be some reality of who you are. If you're an annoying girl, my dear, please. Once you know bros likes you, start becoming annoying then. Because of if you're not annoying then, he will still leave you. Do you understand? Don't, because when he has stayed with you long and you become a headache, it's not like, are you serious? So that means I don't even know you. You've always been like I thought I was like with a cool girl, and now you're a very annoying person. I don't know that they will leave. Or like you love to sing. My dear, once you know he likes you and he has started liking, my dear, start singing. Let him know who you are. If maybe you have some annoying bad habits, like I had a friend once, I don't know if you know Uzu. My African friends, people probably know what Uzu is. Uzu. She licks it everywhere. If you have such a habit, my dear, once you know bros like you, start showing him you. Because yeah, you guys are doing stuff and yeah, it's growing, but now you know he's invested. It's better to know. Okay, it's better to let him know what his investment is about early. To me, it's better a heartbreak in the morning than a heartbreak in the night. It's always better to know things early than earning it later. So yeah, these are my advice to women. Try to be honest. Keep the as much as we want to play games. Once you know he likes you, start limiting the level of coyness. It's not more necessary. Communication should start growing. Start telling him your mind. I've seen people that are in 5 year relationship, 3 years relationship, when at the end of the day, what the lady wanted was to be married. She's not happy, but she never tells her man. She goes to tell her friends that to go and somehow tell the man that he should marry her. But Bros has not had this conversation with you. So in his head, it's not important like that. You understand? Because if it was important like that, he's thinking you would have said something. And I've seen it a lot, especially in Europe, it happens. I've seen girls with guys that they are just friends. 5 years. One girl is thinking it's a serious relationship, but bro never saw it like that. He saw them as just friends. So he had other friends. You understand? He's having other friends because he thought they were just friends. Friends. And he's doing his thing, and you were thinking that, oh, maybe this is the year. Every year you think is the year. My dear, this is 2022. Women have rights. Women are equal. Honestly, honestly, honestly. The question now is, what kind of person are you? Are you able to communicate? Are you not able to communicate? If you're not able to communicate, please look for a guy who will listen. If you're able to communicate, look for a guy who will listen. It's always good at least a level of listening, so that if you're able, because of yeah, maybe the guy might not listen too much, but if you're someone that's really forward and can really say her mind, you can actually put the point into his head by force, and he will have to listen. But yeah, if you can't communicate, it's important to find someone who can communicate. So, summary: before you go into a relationship, think about what you want. Clear that out. It's a very good filter for a woman. That's what I believe. Because especially if you're not worried, if you're worried about mileage, please think about what you want. Very clear. And also have an idea of what you want, so that maybe when you see it, you can take it early instead of building mileage. After that, keep the coy game as long as you're not sure of his intentions. Once you're sure of his intentions, start limiting it and start communicating. Then jealousy is not, yeah, I didn't say this before, but this is also important. Jealousy is a very poor foundation to build a relationship on. Very poor foundation. Let your man not like you because there was a guy you flirted with that. No. Maybe when you guys are strong, you can use that to get his attention. But before then, it's not good enough. Jealousy does not last because loyalty has an expiration date. So try your best not to have a relationship of jealousy. Let this relationship be of mutual respect and affection and love. Let guy like you as you are. It's, to me, from what I've seen, it leads to a longer relationship, more stable relationship than all this madness. It's not very necessary. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully there'll be another section, maybe talking about other things. But I hope I was able to communicate. And you know, I'm a man, so maybe I don't know, I can't speak for a woman. I really cannot. But this is just the things I have noticed, and based on it, like, yeah, these are the ideas I feel might help ladies. And some people gave me some advice. I hope I was able to make the video up to the standards you placed for me. And if I didn't, I'm always willing to improve. So yeah, thank you. Your boy Daka Bodaka. So like and subscribe to my video. More videos coming soon. If you have things you want me to improve, please let me know. If there's anything you want me to talk about, please let me know. And yeah, thank you. Have a blessed day. All right.